I started my one-person business when I was just 19 years old out of my college dorm room, and I grew it to $25,000 a month with 0 employees, and I took over 30 flights that year traveling the world. And the crazy part is that literally anybody can do it. So in this video, I'm gonna walk you through the 4-step process on exactly how you can launch your own one-person business and grow it to $25,000 per month with, again, 0 employees. Step 1 is you've got to figure out what skills and experience that you already have. You see, everybody has something that they naturally lean toward and that they're naturally more good at than other people. For example, let's say that you have worked for a pest control company before. Do you think that if you went and started a one-person business serving pest control companies, you think you'd have a leg up on somebody else that has never worked for a pest control company and knows nothing about the industry? Probably. So all you have to do is take all of your natural skills and experience that you probably already have in some area of your expertise in some industry that you've worked in before, or that even that you're interested in and done research on, and that is the industry that we're going to go into. For example, I just started working with a friend who wanted to start a one-person business and wanted to start making his first ever $25,000 a month on the internet and get some of that sweet, sweet internet money, and he didn't know where to start. But he had worked for a roofing company before and done sales for them. So I told him, hey dude, you know more about the roofing industry than I do. If you and I both started at the same time and we started a business serving roofing companies, you would be leaps and bounds ahead of me because you know way more about the industry than I do. So he decided to start his one-person business in the roofing industry. And for example, if you go back on my YouTube channel, I posted a client interview with my client, Hunter, and he's not a typical client that I would serve, but he was starting his one-person business and trying to figure out who he wanted to serve, and he had experience working with mortgage brokers before. So he started his business working with mortgage brokers, and he grew it to $10,000 in monthly recurring revenue in just a couple months. So this is just goes to show you, find the industry that you have expertise in and go all in on that industry or niche, because you're going to know way more than somebody else. Now, defining your skills and your experience is helpful and it's useful, but you probably haven't made any money by just figuring out who you want to work with. So how do we take the skills and experience you have and then package it into something that you can actually sell to somebody else within a one-person business model? And if you wait till the end, that's where I'm going to explain how you can actually do this with just one person without hiring anybody or having any overhead on your team. So the second piece to this is crafting what I call your hero offer. You need to design a short offer that takes your clients that you're about to serve from 0 to hero, meaning from where they're currently at to where they want to be. Your offer is the bridge that's going to take them from where they are to where they want to be. So how do we do that? I call it defining your 3 Ps. You have your person, your promise, and your process. First, you need to define the person. That's what we did when we figured out what skills and experience we have. Now we need to take our skills and experience and figure out who can be best served based on our skills and experience. Second is the promise you make them. When they work with you and your one-person business, what is the promise? What's the outcome that they're going to achieve by working with you? And third, what is the process that you teach or that you do for your clients in order to help them achieve that promise? To go back to the example I was giving you, my friend who works in the roofing industry, he decided he wanted to help roofing contractors that were stuck doing only a couple deals per month. And that was his person. His promise was he wanted to help them do an extra 2 deals per month inside of the roofing company. And the process, the way in which he helps them achieve that result, is through Google Ads and then his sales process. And so that is his offer, and that was his 3 Ps. So you need to define for your offer what your 3 Ps are. Otherwise, you're going to be stuck doing all sorts of different things for all sorts of different clients, and you're going to be running around like a chicken with your head cut off because you didn't do the work right now to define extremely clearly who are those people. So at this point, we've defined your skills and experience. We've picked our industry, we've picked our niche. We know what our offer is going to be. It's a short offer. It's 90 days, and it has a specified result in a specified time for a specific person that follows a specific process. So we've gotten pretty clear, but you've still made no money at this point. So how do we actually go and get our first few clients? And then lastly, what is the model or the way in which you're going to deliver this to your clients that doesn't require you to have a team, but also doesn't require you to work 20 hours a day fulfilling for your clients? Now, what most people do when they start a business is they work on their branding and they get their domain name and they get everything set up and they get their LLC and they do all the legal stuff. They get their payment processor, they buy a camera and they buy all this gear. The reality is none of that stuff makes you any money whatsoever. In fact, at this point in my business, I still, to this day, don't even have a website homepage that you can go visit. And I make over $100,000 per month inside of my business. None of that stuff's going to make you money. All you need to do is generate leads. That is the one constraint, the one thing stopping you from making money right now is the fact that you don't have any leads to talk to. You don't have anybody interested in your stuff. So what you need to do is create a simple ad where you call out, hey, are you this person that wants this promise? And I'll teach you to do it or do it for you using this process. If that sounds interesting to you, I want you to message me. And then that's how you generate leads. So the next step for you is to launch what I call the social funnel. AKA, you need to launch some simple ads that are going to generate you some leads, because without leads, you have no business at all. So that's step number 3, is to launch the social funnel. Now, if you and I work together, which I only work with people that already have the skills and experience necessary to launch these kind of offers, but let's just say you and I work together, here's the timeline that I would take you through over the next 4 weeks, so that by the end of 4 weeks, you have your first client inside of your one-person business, and you're on track within the next 3 to 6 months to get your one-person business between 10 and 25 grand a month. Week 1, we would cement that hero offer and make sure you know how to take your clients from 0 to hero. Week 2, we would launch the social funnel and you'd start generating leads. So week 3, you're starting to have conversations with people and you're starting to take your first few sales calls. And by week 4, you're closing your first client, you're onboarding them, and you're freaking out because you're like, holy crap, I didn't know how to make money online. And I just made my first $5,000. And you decide to quit your 9 to 5 and go all in on this new business. So that's the timeline that I would walk through. So I like to move very quickly. I don't like to take my time. I don't like to figure out and try and prepare. I like to launch, because that's what's actually going to make you money. And that's the fastest way to learn. You learn by jumping in the deep end and then figuring out how to float later on. You don't figure out how to swim before you start swimming. You learn how to swim by swimming. It's the same thing with business. Jump in the deep end, figure out everything else later on, because when you jump in, it'll put a fire under your ass to actually go take action and figure everything out. There's not going to be a fire under your ass if you're just preparing to prepare. Okay, so at this point, you've defined your skills and experience, you have an offer, you've launched your paid ads, you've got your first client, and you know that now you know how to make money online, but how do you actually deliver it to them in a way that's scalable for you, so you don't have to hire a big team and you can maintain this one-person business and have that sweet, sweet lifestyle cash flow freedom that you've always wanted. Now, to deliver this to your clients, I use what's called the 30 clients model. I've ran an agency that was mostly a one-person business, and I've ran a coaching business now using this exact same model, which has allowed me to get up to 30 clients with no team members and just a couple contractors that aren't working full-time with me. So what is this 30 clients model? Well, once you start to get past 30 clients, the business starts to get a little bit complicated to the point where you probably need to bring on your first appointment setter. You probably need to bring on your first client success rep. But before you have 20 to 30 clients, you can mostly service those clients yourself without bringing on full-time team members if you build good systems and have good processes in your business. So there's sort of a spectrum here of how you deliver this to your clients. I call it the spectrum of done for you all the way to done with you. On the done for you side, it's you stepping in and doing things for your clients. You're editing videos, you're running your ads for them. Maybe you're calling leads for them. You're generating business literally for them. And then on the other side, once you learn how to do it for them, eventually you can move to a more scalable model, which is just teaching them how to do it. Right? Once you've done something over and over and over again, you get pretty good at it to the point where you could probably just teach other people how to do it. This is the same thing that I've done. If you watch Alex Hormozi's journey, you probably watch his content. That's the same thing he did. He did gym turnarounds for the gyms, and then eventually he pivoted to just teaching gyms how to do it themselves. And so depending on how much skills you have and experience and how many clients you've worked with at this point, which if you haven't worked with any, you probably want to start by doing it for your clients and then eventually doing it with them and just showing them how to do it. And so if you're doing the done for you model, you're probably going to have around 15 to 20 clients with the one person business before you need to go hire employees. And if you're going to coach people and not do it for them, 30 clients is probably a good gauge of like how far you can get in coaching business before you need to bring on any other team members. And so with that many clients, you can definitely grow your one-person business up to 25 to 50 grand a month just as a solopreneur. And then you can make the decision after that if you want to hire a team or if you want to keep growing. And then after that, you can decide if you want to either hire a team or if you just want to have a cash flow lifestyle business. That's amazing too. I hope you enjoyed the video. Go take some action. Peace out.